And welcome, ladies and gentlemen, back to the Valley of the Judged. I am your one and only gaming monk, better known as Mildra, and with me, I have my good brother here in the temple, the three-eyed master of dad jokes, good brother Joe.
Hi-oh!
So, we are back once again with more of Ouka Houshin. Though this time around, we're not covering the player's book anymore. We've covered everything that there is to cover with that. We'll be doing a brief foray into the GM book, and then next week covering the additional data book that released post the core books. the Scenarios and Data Playbook, which, even though that one is 265 pages, as we've seen, the high page count with these kind of books is kind of deceptive because it's single column. So it's not
Yep.
as big as that page count may appear. If this was doing the A4 and double column format, I'd venture to say that all three books would probably be only 150, 170 pages.
Yep.
But so first off, I do want to share the visual setup we have here.
Oh.
Like on the first page, having the depiction of the world with the sun and the moon, representing yin and yang.
I do like that moon, though. That moon goes hard.
Mm-hmm. What looks like
The sun's pretty cool, but that moon.
mm-hmm. The chaos split the world in two, giving birth to yin and yang. Yang gave birth to heaven, yin gave birth to the netherworld. Heaven ascended to the heights, the netherworld sank to the depths. The Great Way was established, and from it arose the five elements. These are wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. The five elements generate and overcome one another, causing a great Ouka to bloom upon the Great Way. This became the earthly realm. Thus, with heaven, earth, and the netherworld, the three realms were complete. Those who traverse the three realms are the great immortals. In Ouka, they seal evil gods and destroy wicked spirits. Let us tell the tale of Ouka Houshin.
What is an Ouka again?
I believe that would refer to the world.
Well, I mean, it said a great Ouka bloomed upon the world. Oh, bloomed upon the Great Way. Never mind.
Yeah. Also, there are five elements, namely wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. At the beginning of Ouka, the yang energy touched upon wood, fire, earth, metal, and water. Thus were born the five ancestors. The five ancestors also became the gods of wind, thunder, rain, and snow. They're the ones who gave birth to nature itself. So, metal's Locust Emperor, wood's Tiger God, fire's
Shining Hopper!
Oh.
I had to look at it.
Yeah. Although maybe Metal Cluster Hopper would be a better one.
If it was more silver. It was more silver.
Fire's Phoenix, Earth's human ancestor, and Water's Dragon God. The five ancestors and the five calamities battled for countless years. Though they sealed one another, they continue their struggle upon the moon. And thus the moon waxes full with yang energy and wanes with yin energy. Because in opposition to the five ancestors are five calamities, evil beings born through the negative energy of the five elements. They are monstrous incarnations of cruel malevolence that rage to destroy Ouka. So the Chio of water, the Kyonggai of wood, the Bifani of fire, the Tatui of metal, and the Taisui of earth.
So, yeah, that Tautui of metal, that's definitely Metal Cluster.
I also apologize in advance for any mispronunciations. I'm doing the best I can, but this is the. I ended up making the Tropic Thunder joke when we started this series, because we have an English translation of Japanese text referencing Chinese mythology. I'm a dude playing a dude disguised as another dude.
The only thing that would make this worse, right, is if this was originally a translation in another language that came to English. So it's like uh, the Chinese the Chinese theming is a Japanese game, and then like originally translated in like Italian or something, and then it came to America because that Italian tabletop scene. Am I right?
Uh, I never thought I'd end up making a name for myself in Italy or Portugal, but I have somehow.
And that name is Mildra.
But
Thank you,
also,
random car passing by.
also, hello there, Hydra. Hello there, Misaki over on Twitter, and Professor over on Twitch. It's
Hi, everyone.
the first time we've had viewers in all three places that I stream.
The trifecta is complete. Now we can summon the ultimate Mildra.
Oh god, imagine the nightmare fuel that would happen if somebody tried to make a Megazord version of me. You're thinking about it? No.
I'm thinking about it. The real question is, would Twitter Mildra be the legs or the head?
Great, now you got me thinking of Voltron.
And I'll form the head. Let's go, Voltron Force!
Oh, you mean the vehicle one that takes like 80,000 steps?
Oh no, that wasn't Voltron. That was no, it wasn't Voltus 5. There was something else, but it wasn't Voltron.
No. Although Voltes 5 is really, really big in Malaysia.
I'm not surprised.
Like that was how we got that CG version of it. But I do hope you stick around, Professor.
Oh,
so
never mind. It was just called Vehicle Voltron. I was wrong.
I know with the Voltron RPG that's in the works, that was never acknowledged. Because for one, they couldn't get the rights to use that version. Only the original series and Legendary Defender was what they were allowed to use. But let's jump right over to the world of Ouka, which does cover what we mentioned before about the 5 elements, as well as the gods, living beings. This is essentially the history of the setting. A lot of it is delving into the cosmology.
Yep.
And as well as the nature of immortals. Which some of this we have covered, but it is nice to see this. There are 5 sacred mountains and 3 islands that act as... really can't stick around. Nice, not your fault. Nice stream. Came from seeing your post on Blue Sky. Oh, thank you for stopping by.
Thank you for stopping by.
You have the Eastern Tai Mountains, the Southern Hang Mountain, which each of these seems to be tied to one of the cave lineages we talked about. The Eastern Tai Mountains are immortals for summoning spirits. The Southern Hang, feng shui and divination. The Western Li Mountains, interdiction. Which, based on what we saw the last few weeks, interdiction may as well be the fuck you button. Like, fuck you, no you don't.
I reject your reality and replace it with my own.
Pretty much. The Northern Hang Mountains, um, which talks about taming. So I'd imagine transcendental whistling is certainly a thing there. The Central Song Mountains, Malefic Sympathy and Overcoming Arts. The
Hmm.
Penglai Island, Transcendental Whistling. Okay, so never mind. Fang Zhang Island, for specialties of the five escapes. There are many immortals there born
Escape
from
is
trees and
such
objects. Like,
escape is such an odd translation for that, by the way. Like it doesn't feel right.
I understand why it is called that, because one of the primary things is canceling out the next element in the cycle.
Well, yes, but like I guess I'm used to seeing it done as release and not escape. You
Mhm.
know?
I could see that, and I remember talking with Aquid about it, and he did use several elemental release characters in Naruto as a parallel example.
I mean, it's the same element, so
Hmm. But
more or less.
I suppose benders could work as well, though what is considered metal in this and what would be considered metal in Avatar aren't exactly the same. But obviously, going further than that, it goes into the history and society of Ouka. Uh, and this is where one of the main things gets brought up. Adventures in Ouka differ fundamentally from other TTRPGs in their sense of time. An Ouka campaign can span about 1,000 years from beginning to end. Without that kind of time span, expending your lifespan wouldn't really feel meaningful, would it? While the early stages differ,
Mm.
as characters grow and their lifespans expand, there can be gaps of about 100 years between adventures. You might end up helping the great granddaughter of a girl you saved in a previous scenario. Uh, which is
I
fair.
can see the difficulty for a DM to like keep track of that.
I think that's also why we have the age setup. But
Hmm.
for a new GM, I'd probably say look at Highlander. Steal from that. Specifically, steal from the first movie, the anime movie, and the TV series. Ignore the Raven. Everybody does.
What about the animated series?
Mm, it's all right. Well, let me
Sorry, sorry,
clarify.
sorry.
It is all right for its time.
It was a cash grab, and you know it.
Yeah, even in the mid '90s, we're still in that era of doing a animated cash grab Saturday morning thing for everything, and I do mean everything.
How else were they gonna sell the action figures?
Like, for fuck's sake, the Rubik's Cube got a cartoon.
Ah, Rubik's the robot.
It wasn't a robot. It was a it was a magical Rubik's Cube.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking Cubics. I'm terribly sorry. That's me.
Yeah, Cubix is a whole different thing, which I haven't seen.
You're
Uh,
not missing much.
it didn't seem like it from what I had seen.
You're not missing much. I just remember it.
Hmm.
Anyway, let's move on
Yeah.
with this.
Yes. So then we get into adventure style, where it is giving a bit of advice on setting up adventures.
Mm-hmm.
And it does say, of course, that all players become immortals. Like right from character creation, you're some kind of immortal. You just aren't at the highest tier of them.
But at the very least, you have within you Blood of Kings,
Mm-hmm.
though you do have many rivals.
Yep. Uh, they also bring up that the world of Ouka is ancient. If previous fantasy RPGs have been set in medieval times, the age of legends, or historical periods, Ouka deals with adventures in the age of mythology. Which I suppose the closest parallel for that for a lot of folks who are more familiar with Western mythologies is think of the mythological eras with like the Greek pantheon, where the gods aren't some distant thing, but something that gets involved frequently. Zeus,
Alternatively, think of Inuyasha.
yeah,
Inuyasha was definitely a Jansha.
hmm. I'd say it's definitely one of those cases of straddling that line. Uh, though I
Mhm.
can't think, though I don't, especially since there are plenty of immortals that are um, elevated animals or plants or whatnot. Uh, which you taking a character like Inuyasha, that would just be an elevated dog.
Yep.
Uh, although truth be told, I think the character who would most easily fit that kind of immortal, and this may be a bit of a stretch, but it's Miroku.
Hmm.
I am totally not biased because Monk, and also because of his habits. At least he's honest.
Uh huh. Oh, true.
I'm not talking about him playing grab ass. He at least admits that. I'm talking about him screwing over nobles.
Yep. Yep.
Uh, but obviously, there is a bit of talk on the Master's written note, which is going to be one of the first immortal treasures that you get. Because I
Hmm.
think one of the tricky things with a setting like this for some GMs is figuring out the party impetus. This isn't the setting where you can really do the
Yeah.
you meet at a tavern. Which, yeah, as cliche as
You
all hell, but there's a
definitely
reason it's done.
you definitely need something that will cause everyone to band together and then stick.
Hmm. I would say them doing something on the order of their master is one way to do it. Um, Another way is some island that nobody knows and they end up getting stranded on. Which sounds like the introduction to a Souls-like character, but if it works, it works.
Souls like character. I was about to start singing Gilligan's Island.
Tempting, but too easy.
The Shansha version of Gilligan's Island. I can see it now.
Mhm. But I do like that they give advice on what the master's note could do depending on what your master is. Like it could be total enemy annihilation, or rewinding time if they're versed in feng shui, or healing damage if they're versed in goo alchemy, or even the master rebuking them.
Stop
That's
being so lazy. Smack upside the head.
mhm. That definitely sounds like the meme of your master smacking you upside the head because you're too green.
God, now I'm just imagining it like curling itself, the note curling itself up, and then smacking you repeatedly. Only the only thing I'm hearing is, "Why you no doctor yet?"
Hmm. But obviously, after that, they go into a bit of the time elapsing between scenarios. Uh, in that sort of situation, basically, how much time has passed between scenarios is important because that is played into your lifespan. Uh, and also the amount of time it takes to make immortal treasures. Which, as we saw, some of them, the easy ones take a few months, the harder ones take years. But there is a inter-scenario elapsed timetable that you can roll 2 dice on, which we have right here. You add the destiny number, and that determines how much time has elapsed. It could be anywhere from 9 days to 10,800
And
years.
why? Why that number? Like
108.
108? No, I get 108. I do. But then they're just adding a zero to the end of it, and I'm just
I think it's because if it gets
boggled.
that high, if it gets that high, then you're crossing a certain threshold. But I understand using 108. You know, the 108 heavenly and earthly spirits in the water margin, as well as the 108 defilements in Buddhism.
Okay, but if I were to collect all the stars of destiny to get the special ending again, I'm going to tear my head out.
Uh,
Not my hair, my head.
just walk around like a Dullahan. I do appreciate that they put in a bit of a list for names because that's going to be a stumbling point for some. It's a little bit easier with name generators all over the internet, but it is something to have on. Uh,
Yes, as well as the cave names, like the
mm,
Flying Cloud Cave of Jiaolong Mountain.
mhm.
Yes, these roll right off the tongue.
Yeah. I remember Zan saying that sect may be a better term than cave, which
Yeah,
I can see.
yeah. Like, I'd rather say Peach Spring Sect of Nine Immortal Mountain than Peach Spring Cave. Like, what?
It,
Why? Why choose the word cave as your translation for that?
I'll I'll try and ask Aquid if I get if I get the chance about it, or
Yeah,
he'll probably respond when I post it up in the server. But
yeah. Like, anyway,
mhm,
it's only really cave and escape that kind of really make me tilt my head.
yep. But when it comes to monsters, you do have the Ensouled, the Yaojing, Yaone, and Yaoguai. These are plants, animals, or
Mhm.
objects that have existed for long enough time that they have gained a degree of consciousness. At first being simple and then getting more complex as they've been around for longer and longer. Yaojing are the lowest rank. They can use minor sorcery and can understand human speech. Um, when they absorb spiritual energy over the years, they become Yaonie, which can take a complete human form, but only temporarily. And when their emotions run high, that transformation breaks. Um,
Mm.
and the highest tier is Yaoguai, which are on the same tier as immortals, except for origins. Good Yaoguai help people like
Mm.
immortals do, accumulating virtue to pursue longevity. In fact, they're no longer called Yaoguai at that point; they're called immortals. whereas evil Yaoguai commit wicked deeds and seek immortality by accumulating wandering spirits. Uh, they often take names related to their nature, but twist them slightly so the identity is not immediately obvious. Saying a peach spirit might call itself Mocho, or a lily spirit might go by Jusho, a wordplay on their Japanese names. Japanese wordplay. It's fun.
But why would you need Japanese wordplay if it's Chinese?
Because this game was originally made in Japan using...
Yeah, I know.
We've made that joke already.
By the way, if you scroll up a little bit, we actually get to see the eyebrow eye flying blade, which is hilarious.
Mm-hmm. But
because it sharply glares at its enemy. Sorry.
We love the immortal treasures in this game. Like some of them are just the right amount of crazy. But
you guys should have heard how much I was just groaning last time when I realized what the joke was.
Mm-hmm. But the 100 monsters of 5 lives, those are monsters that are offshoots of the 5 ancestors and 5 calamities. Whereas things like dragonkind, tigerkind, locustkind, phoenixkind, and humankind are direct descendants of the 5 ancestors.
What? Humans are descended from the 5? Never mind.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, there are some that have lower intelligence than others, and then there are much like you have it with the Yaoguai, enough time and enough cultivation of energies, and they gain sentience.
All the humankind ones with the lowest intelligence,
mm-hmm.
Politicians.
I was gonna say they call the ones with the lowest intelligence game journalists.
No, those are just the most hopeless. In any case.
Yep. But then birds and beasts, which don't have any supernatural origins. Things like omens, which
I was
appear...
a little worried.
Yeah, which appear when the yin and yang energies become disturbed and take physical form. This can take the form of things like natural disasters. So
the only thing I can imagine is just Kefka moving the the goddess statues. Sorry. Anyway.
Mm-hmm. But, and of course, the lost gods, which include some of the early ancestries of the elements, but also ones that have had their roles shifted. But of course, the immortal beasts, which are living creatures made by immortals, things like the homunculi you can make through goo alchemy.
Mm-hmm.
The undead, which are souls that have strayed from the Great Way and harm people after death. The strongest are the corpse-free immortals. Immortals who, having once died, seek to escape the flow of reincarnation and attain immortality. I wonder if that would also include things like hopping vampires.
Maybe. I mean, they are undead, so I don't see why not.
Yep. But then we have a sample of how to read monster data. So obviously the name, the fear value, which if you're using the fear check rules, this is the TN you have to beat. the endurance values, which is right after that. Works the same way as character endurance, so basically their defenses.
Mm-hmm.
Then the four skills, which are going to be familiar: attack slash parry, evasion, immortal arts use, immortal arts resistance. The 9 ability scores as well. Um,
Mm-hmm.
if there's an X, it means it doesn't have a human-like mind, or they don't have potential. If they don't have potential, they can't use immortal arts. If they don't have will, then they have animal-like intelligence. After that is any special abilities and a description of the thing. And we have some interesting ones, like the needle monster, which looks like a one-eyed snake. I can feel the bile rising up in my throat already. I get its deal. It pins shadows to immobilize people. And of course, once they're immobile, then it's nom nom time. And can cause a rain of needles to fall from the sky.
Yep.
Because it is using wood style immortal arts. But still. But then the stone man, so it's exactly what it sounds like.
Mm. Wow.
Let's see, a peach tree
Those
spirit.
muscles. Those muscles are so sculpted he could even be a pillar.
The peach tree.
Sorry.
And the peach tree spirit.
Mm-hmm.
Which is exactly what it says on the tin. They can use wood style immortal arts and immortal treasures. As long as the main body isn't defeated, they can keep coming back.
Hold on, I'm just gonna start burying bodies underneath this peach tree. It'll be fine, right? Right.
Yep. Then the spider demon, which exactly what it sounds like. Then the
Nope.
Yep. Then the Huli Jing, a long-lived transformed fox. Although it looks like this is one that only has 3 tails.
Oh, only they say.
It can use immortal arts, mainly transformation / illusion, but it seems to imply that it could use others if the GM wanted to. Then the monster cat, your Bake Neko.
Okay, but can it fly?
I don't know.
Sorry, I'm still on a Inuyasha kick.
Mm-hmm. They can change their body size. Although the way that cat is posing makes me think it's up to no good, but then again, it's a cat.
It's a cat.
Mm-mm. Then the Xing Xing, which are about they're described as the size of a human child. With
Oh look, it's a Saiyan.
then the Tunko, which lives in waters of deep mountains.
What the fuck is that?
A lion head with upside down humanoid ears on a leg. A hairy leg. But
What were they smoking when they thought this thing existed? What the fuck? Like, I'll say this every single time I see any kind of really out there creature from mythology. What the fuck were the people smoking? Like, what brand of lotus were you eating? And why didn't you share?
Mm-hmm. Then Yen Fire, so living fire, and of course it can perform flame attacks, and is weak against the wood-style immortal arts, which may sound odd, but that does track with the way the five elements are related to each other. Uh, then the Juyan, sorry, Suyan, uh, which is essentially a cursed stone. If it's buried next to a grave, it can revive the dead. But since it's a massive yin energy, the dead that it revives is not exactly what I think some people would hope it is. Uh, it's essentially a Jiangxi.
Got it. So it's an evil pet rock.
Yep. Then the golden silkworm parasite.
Nope. Ugh. Nope.
And the Huashe.
Okay, that one's not so bad.
Mm-hmm. Makes sense that it would use water style because it is a dragon adjacent, just with bat wings and a human head. Then
Still better than the lion leg.
You're not getting over that for a while, are you?
The fuck. Anyway, sorry.
Mm-hmm. But no, then we have tiger, a tiger person, so like a rakshasa.
I guess.
Well, given that they
Here
like
gallbladders,
tiger. Possibly. Then a red tiger.
I'm holding out for a white tiger.
Apparently white tigers are a thing. They're on the lower end of the hierarchy.
Oh, that sucks.
The lowest from highest hierarchy is black tigers as ordinary tigers, red, white, demon, which has copper or iron colored fur, and immortal, which has silver or gold fur, and the spirit tiger, a celestial tiger.
Hey, white tiger's higher on the hierarchy than red.
Mm-hmm. There's
Makes
a Power
sense.
Rangers joke I could
They're
make.
the sixth ranger. Yes. Yes, that's what I was going for.
Let's see, then shark person, so a certain shark member of the Akatsuki comes to mind.
Oh, really? I was thinking more street sharks because I think that's pretty awesome.
Actually, looking at the art, you might be closer to the mark.
They bite, they fight, they kick some serious fin.
But then the Jiao, which are the lowest ranking of dragon. They have no scales and no mane. They only have
alcoholic vapor.
Mm-hmm.
Oh gods.
Yep. And of course, dragons. And Ma Huang, which is a large locust.
Rising Hopper!
And the
Guhuo
Niao.
Turns into a rhino skin.
The Guhuo Niao, which is a relative of a phoenix. A phoenix with a woman's face, a bird's upper body, and a human lower body.
So it's a harpy.
Yeah. A phoenix harpy. Then the varieties of human. A human who is a Zhuodao user. Which it says Zhuodao arts are techniques that seek to achieve the same effects as immortal arts, not from one's own spirit and body or from the universe, but by disrupting the normal flow of ki. In simple terms, these involve killing living creatures and utilizing the ki that accumulates in their corpses, or driving men and women mad with dubious drugs to make them engage in acts of love, and receiving energy from this to perform various techniques. In other words, these are
Oh
what.
god, this is the Dark Kingdom.
Mhm. Yeah, though those arts are described as inefficient, take time to use, and their effects are unreliable. Most practitioners are complete frauds.
They also regularly get disrupted by young girls in sailor seifukus.
Then we have wolves and pack leaders. Then a Tianma, which is a horse that can fly through the sky. Its speed is capable of
Oh
overtaking
look,
any
it's
bird.
the it's the Blue Rangers mech. Anyway. Hmm.
Though it's described as a parallel of the Pegasus, just without the
Yeah.
wings.
Mm-hmm.
And then the Southern Sea giant crab. So there's our giant enemy crab.
Giant enemy crab.
Yep. The
I was half
Gudia.
expecting it to hold a trident as well.
Yep. I should introduce you to a little game called Fight Crab.
I've seen it.
But Gudiao, which cries exactly like a baby and emits fog from its horns.
It's cute. I want one.
Then a Azure Lion.
It's not cute. I don't want one.
Which makes the body of whatever it glares at heavy.
Too late. I'm already there.
Then the Zhen, which can poison lifespans and also attacks by launching feathers.
Oh, it's the poison phoenix. I see.
Mhm.
Or poison
Yep.
chicken.
Yeah. And the poison can be even more effective if you soak the feathers in wine.
Okay, but who discovered that? Like, who just randomly puts a feather in wine and then goes, yeah, this will be great. Gulp. Oh no, it's poison.
Though apparently the poison can be medicine if used in the right amounts. If it's soaked in vinegar, the poison dissipates after 7 years and becomes a remedy for eye diseases.
Okay.
But then the 100-faced snake, which can also lifespan poison.
Here, hold on. If this, sorry, just if the
100
vinegar,
pace.
the feathers, if the feathers soaked in vinegar are applied to the eyelids, your eyes will not blur and smoke will not sting your eyes, but it stings anyway. Like what the? I'm sorry.
Yeah, of course, you need to have goo alchemy in order to use it, and I feel like goo alchemy is one art that gets the side eye by some folk. But we have the plague god, which is exactly what you'd expect to look like.
Oh.
And the Zhuyan, which, yeah, that's one ugly monkey.
Not the upside down ears again.
Let's see, then a Ba.
What is it with them and upside down ears?
The Ba appears to be a spirit of drought.
So we have plague and we have drought. Okay, cool.
Then the Juan Yu, which Swan Yu, uh, a bird the size of a human with elongated snake-like patterns, has 4 wings, 6 eyes, and 3 legs.
That's cute. I want one.
Mhm. Let's see, then... the good old Keelan. Can never go wrong with that.
Yes, the Yellow Ranger's mech.
Mhm. But the one that they called a griffin, even though it looks nothing like one.
Yeah.
But then we have some of the lost gods, such as the land god, as well as the Earl of Wind, God of Thunder, and Master of Rain. The 3 deities that govern the weather.
Looking very godlike, my dude, but you know.
Mm-mm. See, then a...
Okay, with him holding that hammer and that spike, it makes me think like he's going to like grab a straw doll and start hammering it into the thing, cursing somebody. Curse you, Saotome! Curse you, Saotome! Anyway.
Yep. And the Shiro, which is... Oh!
Surprise, motherfucker!
Nope.
And thank you for
Pink
the
lump
read,
of
Beduck.
flesh.
Oh!
Surprise, motherfucker!
And also Magnificent Jinx, who both of you look both streaming Pal World. Hope that went well for you guys. For those of you who do not know me, my name is Mildra. With me, of course, is Good Brother Joe.
Howdy.
And we are taking our time going through the GM section for a Tianxia RPG called Ouka Houshin. So hope your night's been going well. And we have getting back to things, we have the Shiro, which is a pink lump of flesh that regenerates infinitely, usually kept in a jar. It's the blob.
Nothing moves it.
Yep. Then the Guardian Beast, which... This is the Guardian Beast that was brought up when it came to talk of goo alchemy. So this is an alchemist's muscle.
Oh gods. The next one, I just can't unhear the voice. It's the Yellow Turban Strongman!
Mm-hmm.
Rise up, my Yellow Turban Rebellion!
And, yep, there we have Jiangxi, which...
Oh, yep, there they are.
Mm-hmm. As well as the Chime Wangliang.
No, I'm not touching that with the 10-foot pole.
But are you touching the knife with legs?
Okay, but why do those legs look a lot better than any other thing's legs on here?
Then the Yagoshi, which are corpses that move by their own. Though I'd say these would be analogous to the Hungry Dead. Are usually...
Yeah. Yeah.
Or maybe the Cannibals in Jade Empire.
Oh, what the heck is this?
The Battlefield Spirit.
Okay, but like I'm getting flashbacks of like Steven Universe and the Shard creature. That's just horrifying.
Yeah. See, then the Drowned Spirit, which Yeah, looks like what you'd expect it to look like. And the
No wonder you were drowned.
yep, Luo Toshi, which when night falls, the head detaches from the body and can fly. The mouth splits open to the ears, and the teeth become sharp fangs.
Look, everyone, it's a demon sperm.
Then the suicide lover spirit, which is what happens when a couple tries to do Romeo and Juliet, but only one dies.
I'm reminded of the isekai of the dude who's consistently trying to kill himself.
And then the corpse-free immortal. This was talked about earlier when it came to the different types of undead. This is the highest class of undead.
He looks pretty cool, actually.
Mm-hmm. Then the hungry.
Not menacing.
Yeah,
but cool.
The hungry spirits, which, yeah, these are the ugly ones.
Yep, there's the potbelly.
Mm-hmm.
Looks like something out of frickin' Ghostbusters.
Yep. And the Leisho, which reminds me of a Kamaitachi. I don't know why.
Yep. I mean, long furry body, dedicated to like a weather-based element. I can see it.
Mm-hmm. Then the Kaiming beast.
He looks very wise.
Mm-hmm. And the Julo. He does not look wise.
No. But hi, Zoro. All you're missing is like the sword in your mouth.
Mm-hmm. Then the Yecha.
He looks like all he wants to do is like have a drink.
Mm-hmm. As well as the Luocha, which are described as alien spirits that dwell in the western frontiers.
Okay. Those are some funky looking hands, my dude.
Yep. But then it does talk about creating original monsters, which I'm glad to see this, because you can make the biggest bestiary in the world, but you're going to run out, or you're going to have monster concepts that don't fit the existing bestiary, and just reskinning isn't going to cut it. Starting with an idea, then consider the classification of it, and then consider the ability scores. So there's no hard and fast monster creation rule, but these are a collection of suggestions, as well as a growth table for monsters. And of course, the level determining a potential fear value. And the example created monster they give here is the Zhang-Go. A fire-breathing dog.
Arc.
Mm-hmm.
A hellhound, yeah.
But after that, they show a few sample characters, which is a nice setup here. So we do have an example of how the damage block works. And based on the setup, at high tier, it's expected that you can take a lot of damage, because remember, with the multiple rows, the row that has the least amount of squares filled in gets filled in when you take a hit. So having 2 rows is a lot tougher than it might appear.
Like, long rows are great, but
Mhm.
multiple rows is better.
Oh yeah.
Though you do want to make sure that your rows don't immediately get filled upon taking a hit.
Mm-hmm. Yep. There were a few other things like a Q&A as well as an afterword from the writer, but that more or less covers the GM book. I know there's a lot of skimming, but this is the reason why GM books aren't a high focus, because a lot of time there's not as much to dissect compared to the player side of things. A lot of the advice that's given is stuff that's nice, but for the sake of this particular type of stream, it doesn't quite work.
Mm-hmm.
But when I would say this is where we'd wrap it up, but then as we were developing things, the expansion book came along, which I ended up calling Overtime. When we did that part, and that does mean that we have a few things to cover before we can wrap up Ouka Hoshi, as well as get over the
Indeed.
trauma of seeing some of the weird-ass monsters that are present here. But I realized this was a shorter one. It was always going to be that. So we will be back here next week for the final bits for Ouka Hoshin. And of course, tune in tomorrow for the return of Fated Continuum. Originally the plan was to start with Soar on Friday, but because I didn't do Fated Continuum on Sunday, and I don't relish the idea of kicking it forward 2 weeks, we'll be doing Fated Continuum on Friday. The subject matter, of course, is Final Fantasy X and X-2. It will hopefully drive us a little bit less insane than when we did all that adaptation stuff for Fabula. So I look forward to seeing you all there for that. But until then, on behalf of the good brothers present and not present, my name is Mildra. I am your gaming monk. Stay fucking frosty, everybody.
Bye-bye.